Okay, and I'm joined now by the Director General of OFID, Mr. Suleiman Al-Herbish. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for taking the time to join us. Now, talk to me a little bit, bring us back perhaps a little history of the IEF and your association.
Yes, thank you very much for the interview. IEF is very dear to my heart, it's very close to my heart, because I witnessed, not only that, I witnessed the birth of this very important institution, but actually I contributed enormously to its establishment. I remember in the year 2002, I was involved in the preparatory work, and I chaired the last preparatory committee in Riyadh. And from Riyadh, I remember we went to Osaka, and it was announced as this institution. And by nice coincidence, at that time, I was also the chairman of the governing board of OPEC.
So in all, you can take us right across the whole energy spectrum and look at what's going on here in the issues around the world. Obviously, energy security is a huge issue, but you also have another almost more important message that comes from energy security doesn't exist in isolation.
Well, energy security, of course, this is an objective by everybody, by consumer and producer, of course. And I believe that energy security, without going through the charter of OPEC and stating that, more than 70 years ago that, our member countries stated or guaranteed the security of supply, etc. But now the energy security has a broader meaning, because we are talking about what I describe as the suppressed demand, which is the demand of 1.1 billion people deprived from electricity. And I'm saying, as I said today, that without securing energy for these people, then you will never have energy security, and the world will never have security at all.
Now, you're doing a lot at OFID, and you have a lot of initiatives there to make sure that you're doing what you can and making sure you encourage people and bring more people into the conversation. But what do you think needs to be done? And a bigger push needs to happen, really, to make sure that, energy for the poor is secured and people are just taken out of poverty, basically. And energy is the road, really, to do this.
Well, you need in one word, you need a global solution, definitely. But we take pride in OFID that we are the one who actually took the message from our summit, the third summit of OPEC, and converted that to a plan of action. That's the thing that we try to explain to the whole world. OFID alone will never claim to have a solution, but we are trying to alert the world that through the IEF, this is one of the forums that we can deal with. You need, of course, to harness the financial resources of the public sector, private sector. You have to look very, very seriously to goal number 7 in the Sustainable Development Goals. I mean, that was not a motto. It is something that we have to apply. And to start with these developing countries across the globe, that like we are doing. 50% of our activities goes to Africa, and more than now 30% of our activities goes to energy, especially after we started, championing for this energy for the poor.
So what can IEF do, particularly maybe as a joint venture with you? I believe you have some joint conferences that are coming up. Perhaps some of the listeners might be interested to make sure that they attend them as well. And that, again, all of this awareness is essential.
No, the IEF, I don't think they are equipped in their charter to go into joint ventures. We are helping them in organizing workshops here and there, helping them to do studies, attending their conferences with the many delegates, and attending and chairing here and there. And today I renewed my willingness to do more with them, of course. But we are doing a lot of joint ventures and assistance with NGOs across the globe, and I have many of them.
Now, I also believe that you brought industry in, and you're talking to some of the big corporates and making sure that they're engaged in the conversation too. How important is that?
Yes, that's one of my favorite questions. Thank you, because yes, we are doing good relations with Total, Shell, and OMV and many other companies. The thing that makes me smile is that we are trying to convince our national oil company to join our EAP, Energy Access Platform, and they are reluctant to do that. I don't know why, really. No, I don't know why. We announced that EAP in Istanbul, and we are still negotiating with them. I hope that we will be successful. It's something that will benefit them a lot.
Now, talk to me a little bit about India. It's been a while since you've been here. Tell me your impressions. You're back. I'm sure there's a lot you see, a lot of progress that's been made here. But still, and we heard it from the minister and we heard from many of the people here, a lot of work to be done here. And it comes down to making sure there's access to energy for all.
Well, India, I mean the Indian people, of course, and I was here 50 years ago. As I said, I was the youngest delegate attending UNCTAD 2. It was a very, very, very special experience for me because, you know, I was here attending a big conference. Imagine with two of my professors attending the same conference. It's like now I am attending this conference and my son Muhammad is also a member of the Saudi delegation because he's stationed in New Delhi here. The Indian people are as nice as I remember them. They are very generous. They are warm. You know, they are very cooperative. They are highly educated. And India is a very, very great country. You know, yesterday I toured the whole city and I found something really very, very impressive. We worked with India, with the Indian people in this Energy for the Poor. We are helping them in one of our projects. That's all we have with them. I think now we are negotiating to renew our work with them, and I hope we will be successful.